Side by side, Danny Sams and Chris Martin. Now Abreu to the inside of McCarl for turn number 2. Austin McCarl holds him off down the back straightaway. What is going to happen when they get to traffic? They got to start making some moves, making them now. Abreu to the inside of McCarl for turn number 4. Can't make the pass. McCarl still hangs on to second. Now Madsen into the lap traffic to the inside of Danny Sams. Rico Abreu underneath of Austin McCarl takes second down the back straightaway. Rico Abreu into the second position. Brad Sweet now to third. McCarl dropping like a rock as they work off of turn number 4. Madsen still shows the way, but Abreu looking to his outside. The traffic is still all over the place. McCarl's off the pace on the front straightaway. Austin McCarl into the infield. We will stay green. Down the backstretch, new leader. They get together. Madsen and Abreu get together. And Brad Sweet's upside down in turn 3. Huge wreck in turn 3. Kerry Madsen and Brad Sweet both getting upside down in the third corner. And Larson has significant damage to the top wing of the Silva Motorsports 57. Tyler Corney entered tonight 83 points behind Brad Sweet. As we'll take a look at the comp cams replay here. Kerry Madsen with the lead. He's trying to go to the bottom here. Enrico goes down there. They get together. Somehow Abreu's car stays on all fours, and Brad Sweet goes for a front flip. Larson hits Madsen midair. Here's a good shot of it from our infield camera in turn 3. Both drivers going for the same piece of the racetrack there, and man, Sweet absolutely smoked the front of that car on the racetrack there. Let's go downstairs to Tony Laporta.
Kerry Madsen's Vermeer number 55 is back down on all fours, but that's about the only good thing you can say about it. Kerry's getting out of the race car. That's the best news, race fans. Kerry Madsen is up and out of this race car. Kerry, first of all, are you okay?
I'm not sure what happened, but not sure yet.
Well, we're glad to talk. Kerry Madsen is okay. Other side of this incident, Chase, Brad Sweet was out of his number 49 Napa machine for Casey Kane Racing, not receiving medical attention or anything of that nature. Ty Wolfgang, the newly named young crew chief on that 49, had made his way over here to the outside of really turn 3, if you're being honest about it. And Brad was already up and out of the car communicating with Ty as to what was wrong on the 49 and what would need replacing. Brad got back in the car, strapped himself back in, and they're taking that car to the work area right now. We're going to head over there and see what we can find.
There is Rico Abreu. All 4, at least the 3 tires we can see, appear to be all still filled with air. But that car was 4 wheels off the ground in the third corner. We'll see a replay here, the comp cams replay in slow motion. Abreu turns it down the hill, gets a huge run on Kerry Madsen. And Kerry had been running the bottom for a majority of this race. They both get in there. Abreu's car takes a wild hop there, and then Brad Sweet right about this next hit right there had to certainly bent something, maybe the frame or the chassis there on the Casey Kane Racing 49 car. This is a great shot of it. Right rear to left rear contact. And somehow Rico, I just cannot believe he kept going after that, what just happened there. Tony, what's going on in the work area?
We'll be able to for this.
So it sounds like we are going to try and hopefully hear from Tony here in a moment once he gets out of the work area and figure out what kind of repairs are trying to be made to Brad Sweet's car. We're getting a look at it here from the Flow Racing drone as we are still trying to get the 55 of Kerry Madsen's car onto the flatbed in turn number 3. Before we can go back to yellow flag conditions. So the Casey Kane Racing and Mike Curb team taking advantage of the cleanup efforts for the 55 car. They're going to try and work as hard as they can before the yellow lights come back on. 24D Danny Sams is also heading pit side. Did not see what happened to Danny Sams there in that incident, if he was a part of it or not. He was running in the 24th position at the time. Looking at Brad Sweet's results from 2024, his worst finish of the season with High Limit Racing in 2024 was an 18th place finish. That did happen at the Placerville Speedway. So not very often. Actually, his worst finish is actually 19th. That was at the last race of the season at Texas Motor Speedway when he got that incident with James McFadden. And it sounds like more action going on down in the work area over there. So Danny Sams into the work area trying to make repairs on the 24D. And as you can see, Kyle Larson's car has seen some better days there. He's already vacated the vehicle and made his way back to the trailer. So the Durst dice roll will not be claimed here tonight, unfortunately, for our friend Robert Anderson. So Larson's car is exiting stage left on the backstretch, and Carey's car is now rolling on the flatbed towards the pit area. And you can get a look at it right there. And that team is going to have some work to do as well, as they are scheduled to be at Knoxville Raceway tomorrow night. So some work to do on the 55. Good look here from our Flow Racing drone to see what is transpiring on the 49 for Brad Sweet. Looks like a front end swap potentially going on there, or it maybe already happened. Work going on the right rear. Looks like something going on in the cockpit as well. So Brad Sweet's going to have to restart from outside the top 20 here. Chase, get back underway. Tony.
Chase, sorry, finally got back to some cell service here. So it was a complete front end swap on the number 49. They had to pop off the right rear tire. And then once they got to the right rear wheel, they noticed header damage coming out the right side of the engine. So they are having to work on that as well. Not sure exactly what's got the crew leaning inside the cockpit, as cars are finally going to get refired here with the cleanup of the number 55. Also, Danny Sams is number 24D, the driver from Northport, Florida. They were in with damage to the nose wing on the front end of his race car. And as you reported earlier, Kyle Larson up and out of that number 57. But I'll tell you this, there's a lot of work to get done to that Casey Kane Racing number 49. Of Brad Sweet. They've got guys from a bunch of crews down there helping. Andrew Bowman from the number 9. The rest of that number 9 team are down there. And you talked about it. You'd have to work pretty hard to find the last time Brad Sweet didn't finish a National Winged 410 feature. I'm not saying it's going to happen here tonight, but they have a lot of work still to do on that number 49.
Yeah, that's what it looks like here, Tony, from at least our drone shot here. They still have quite a bit to do on the car. They've certainly got enough hands in there to try and make the repairs happen. As there is your leader, Rico Abreu. That car appears to be rolling around the racetrack just fine. So he will be the leader when we go back to green. Tyler Courtney should be in the second position. Wow, that whole sequence right there, that was the same exact lap that Austin McCarl pulled off the track. And so Madsen was first, Sweet was third, McCarl was fifth, and Larson was sixth. So a huge, huge shakeup in the top 5 and top 10 for this upcoming restart. By my calculations, Abreu will be the leader, Courtney second. Looks like Justin Peck will be promoted to the third position. Fourth for Scott Boguski, fifth to Corey Day. Sixth will be Casey Kane. Seventh, Emerson Axum. Eighth, Spencer Basin. Ninth, Brent Marks. And 10th, Caleb Johnson, by my rough calculations there. And here comes the push truck to the back bumper of Brad Sweet's car. And he is going to make it back out, it appears. Got to make a turn there. So it does appear that Justin Peck is up into the third position. Scott Boguski is in fourth. A great run right now. If the checkered was right now, that team would be thrilled. As here comes Brad Sweet, race fans. He's back onto the track after being upside down. Great work by that team to get him back out there. The nose wing a little tweaked there, but he's going to try and limp that thing home for a half-decent finish. And Brad Sweet, I think there's something broke on the 49. The right rear is dragging the ground. The right rear is dragging the ground on Brad Sweet's car. We're coming to green. We'll see how long he can hang on for. That thing is hurting right now. Abreu and Courtney back to green. Rico goes to the bottom at turn 1. He'll show the way down the backstretch. Scott Boguski getting by Justin Peck for a moment for third, but Peck takes it back away down the back straightaway. Here comes Casey Kane. Kane coming after Boguski. Biskey for fourth off of turn number 4. Casey Kane's up to fourth now. Casey Kane now to the inside of Justin Peck, trying to take third away. He'll lose fourth, though. Scott Biskey back by him off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Now Justin Peck to the right rear of Tyler Courtney, looking for second off of turn number 4. Tyler Courtney likes the bottom side of the racetrack. Justin Peck going to take his car straight to the outside off of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Here comes Justin Peck with a huge run. We've got one off the pace. Danny Sams and Brad Sweet hangs a hard left off the track in turn 4. So the yellow's out for the 24D of Danny Sams. And the 49 of Brad Sweet is going to try and get whatever was broken there on the restart fixed. Looks like maybe a right rear potentially down on Sam's car, looking at it from here, Tony.
Yeah, you wonder what's the issue with Danny Sams. I know my eyes were on that number 49 of Brad Sweet, as you can see a live look there of Cruz jumping into tandem. Once again, I checked in with Andrew Bowman on Brad's teammate and car owner Casey Kane's number 9. Front axle, shocks, the wing ram actually needed to get replaced on the number 49, as well as that right rear tire. And as we see them tending to that right rear corner once again, you just wonder, did possibly something in the fray of all those teams and all those different hands and bodies jumping in to help, did something not get connected, or at least tightly enough in that right rear corner, forcing the driver of the 49, Brad Sweet, back off the racetrack? That caution was going to come out for Danny Sams no matter what. You want to talk about the lucky break of the race? That might just have happened to Brad Sweet here.
Yeah, we'll see if they can make the repairs, though.
Because, Chase, as you know, when you head to the work area with High Limit Racing, you get time during the feature. But once you've visited the work area and you receive that allotted amount of time, you can return to the work area, but you are no longer guaranteed any specific amount of time. It's up until 1 to go as the leaders come around here to split the Frozen Farmer pick point, if this is when they do in fact see the 1 to go, and Brad Sweet's not back out onto the racetrack, they would have to stay in the work area in hopes of another yellow flag coming out. Then Brad would be able to rejoin, but this is getting pretty tight right now. Yeah,
that is certainly the case. Frozen Farmer pick pine is out there. Rico's going to choose the bottom once again. Sunshine to the top. Pick pine's heading back to the infield. The lights are out. And it does appear that Brad Sweet will be stuck in the work area and is going to be right now scored in the 21st position. Abreu and Courtney, a huge opportunity for them to maybe close some ground. The championship point standings were back underway. Rico leads the field into turn number 1. Tyler Courtney, first car to step out of line, trying to build momentum. Car back behind him, a little off the pace with Scott Biskey off of turn number 2. He's once again side by side with Casey Kane. Kane trying to get the top side of the racetrack worked in. Down the front straightaway. Casey Kane now coming after Justin Peck as well.
Rico Abreu, he's running around. He doesn't know where to go to celebrate. He's going to get the Hasty Baked Charcoal Grills hat. We're going to hook him up with a Chasm Safety Technologies win sticker here in just a moment. You probably need some hydration. That was a wild and a woolly one. So much start and go, stop and go, stop and go. Back-to-back jacks with High Limit Racing. How'd you do that one?
Just a little disappointed in myself, to be honest, just for putting myself in that position with the 55. And I just want to apologize to Tony Vermeer and, and Kerry. I just pressed the needle there, and, I needed to be a little more patient myself. You just get really excited when you get to lap traffic, and it's easy just to kind of stick your nose in. I just hate racing like that. Like that's something I've really wanted to develop, those habits of my career of not putting myself in awkward positions with my race car. And I'm just proud of my guys. They execute all these nights, and they leave it up to me when I get out on the racetrack. It's amazing to race in front of so many fans tonight. I know Lakeside needed to see something like this, and then the racing was put together really well there, and they made some good decisions on track prep, and my team did an unbelievable job just making those last-minute calls to get my car really good, and it's just very fortunate and grateful to be driving a fast race car right now.
You're driving a really fast race car. You hit on a lot of great points there. Lakeside did need to see an event like this. How about this crowd, though? They didn't go anywhere. They stayed to watch you and the rest of the high rollers do battle here tonight. All right, you get the issue with the 55. out of the way. We were going to talk about that. Let's talk about something else. Championship points. You come in here 4th. You pick up your 4th victory in as many weeks. Bigger news. Brad Sweet did not finish this race. How does that affect your season moving forward? Albeit early, that changes things, doesn't it?
I mean, it doesn't affect any of it. We got 40 more races to go this year, and this is a position where I got to go back and study and just to understand the process of the race there. I just got a little impatient about lap 10, and when we caught traffic and stuck my nose in on the 55, and just I'm pretty disappointed in myself to put myself in that position.
Well, Rico, great crowd here tonight. The boys from Hasty Bake are here hanging out with you. But as always, something you're very proud to be a part of with Kubota High Limit Racing is when a high roller, a full-time driver with the series, scores a feature victory in 2025. An angel donor who supported this series last year has agreed to come back and send $1,000 to any charity that a high roller chooses every time they win. Where's your $1,000 going to tonight?
It's just incredible what the angel donor and High Limit have put together. Just giving so much notoriety to these foundations that these drivers can direct, $1,000 to. And this year and last year, I've been matching that $1,000 every time we win and donating it to Jackson's Superhero Foundation. It's a foundation that specializes in just getting the word out there on muscular dystrophy and the Hunt family. And Jackson, I know they're watching tonight, and thank you guys so much for tuning in on Flow to all these races. And every win we get this year, we're going to donate, and a lot of partners of ours are going to donate to the foundation. So it's just an incredible cause, draws so much awareness to these foundations that don't necessarily get a lot of notoriety.
Well, that's really cool because we know you do the win sticker for that. Director of Excitement, Jake Ingram's going to bring in your second Chasm Safety Products win sticker. Big thanks to Chasm Safety Products for what they do with High Limit as well as the sport of sprint car racing. Back-to-back Jacks with High Limit. This one's a bit bittersweet. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Thank all you fans. This is just sprint car racing's been so incredible the last few years, and it's always really, really exciting, and I'm just grateful I'm in this position.
2 nights in a row, your winner with Kubota High Limit Racing is Rico Abreu. Chase Rodman, talk to us for a moment.
Yes, Tony, we need to talk about a couple of contingency award winners here. Of course, we got to talk about the Ray Trudine Foundation Rookie of the Race. That was Chase Randall after a provisional. Drove from 25th to 13th, and in the process also grabbed the Rod End Supply Hard Charger. And also, Rico Abreu was the Jace Golf Cart's fastest lap award at 14.935 seconds. That was on lap 14. So congrats to our contingency winners here tonight.